All right. So, all right. How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Hanging in there.
Oyar. How do you pronounce that? Oyarin?
Oya,
Oya.
Reen. So if you say Irene,
Irene.
take the I off and put Oya.
Oyarine.
There you go.
Okay. And what is the meaning of that?
It means Oya sings to me.
It means what?
Oya sings to me.
Okay. And who is Oya?
Oya is Yansa. She is my Heterisha. She's one of the seven powers of Ifa. So you have seven. You have Obatala. You have Shango. You have Ogun. You have
Shango.
Oshun.
That's African. Ogun, Shango. I
West
know that.
African
Okay. West
deities,
Africa.
correct?
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So you have Shango, Ogun, you have Yemoja, you have Oya. But the seven are the most popular. There is, but technically there's over 200
I was
Orisha.
going to say that. I was going to say how many.
Mhm.
So this is basically a cult. So it goes from, let's say, so that's African. I know about the Spanish one is Santa Maria, something like that.
Santeria,
Santeria.
Santeria,
Santeria.
yes. So it's,
Haitian is voodoo.
well, yes and no. So yeah, Haitian has their own part in this. Um, they believe similar, I suppose, but Ifa Isheshe is what I um
Isheshe.
Isheshe. So there's several different versions of just like Christians have Baptist, Methodist, so forth, so on.
Okay.
Ifa
Okay.
has Lukumi, Isheshe, um, um, what was it, Santeria. Like there's endless ones, but not to bash anybody. It all actually did derive in West Africa, much like everything has.
In West
And
Africa.
yes, just like you see Cubans or Colombians that practice Santeria and they have their drums. Well, the drums came from us.
Yeah, I
You
know
know,
that.
yeah,
I know that. Yeah.
they took, you know,
The
everybody
drums is a
took
language. It was like a language. Yeah.
exactly. In fact,
I'm sorry. Hold on, Oya. I'm being rude. Introduce your partner in crime over there on the side. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was eagerly listening. My name is Melinda. I do
Melinda.
not.
Okay, got a regular name. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. I do not practice what Oyadin practices. I am
Okay.
actually a Baptist Christian with
Baptist
a
Christian.
Colombian
Okay.
background. Yes. So I'm listening to what Oyadin is saying because my father was a person who practiced Santeria, but
Okay.
through
So you're from
Colombian
Colombia.
faith.
Yeah.
I'm
Your
American.
background.
Father's
Your
from
background.
Colombia. Yeah.
Okay. 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 All right. All right. Yeah, I've heard about the Black Colombians and all of that stuff. A friend of mine
Hmm.
just came back from Colombia. He was down in I forgot the city it was, but he was putting a bunch of pictures of the Black Colombians and stuff. Okay, so yeah. All
so
right.
she's
So
actually from the Bay. We grew up together and we
oh,
found
you
each
from
other
the
here
Bay
in
too?
Florida.
Hmm.
We found each other here in Florida.
Started out in Sheepshead Projects, ended up in Coney Island. All my people are from Coney Island. My stomping grounds was Sheepshead, but no,
And
I'm
we
in
ended up
Florida.
moving in a house right next door to each other. Never spoke, never really saw each other until one day it was like, oh,
And then
so
everything just comes together. A whole like, oh wow, yeah.
come around
Well,
full
I'm
circle.
from East New York, so let me rep mine. I'm from East New York, Brooklyn. Okay, Brooklyn in the house, all three of us. All right, that's what it is. All right. So, Yarin, what you were saying?
I was saying, I don't remember what I was saying.
You was about to explain to
Oh,
us.
so no, I was about to say, Yoruba, one of the Yoruba proverbs is, the song changes, so the drumming changes. Wait, hold on, I'll read it again. And I had it set out for you, but it said the song changes, so the drumming changes to suit it. So it's kind of like what it's basically talking about is adapting, you know.
Adapting.
Yes, because the the song changes, just like with music. If the song changes, the beat changes, so does the song. And with that, so does what follows then. Like, people rely heavily on music. I've always been a music person. I've
Mhm.
always, uh, love, my love language is words. So when I hear music, I love all kinds of music, rock and roll, everything. But music always gives off an emotion.
Yeah, they say music cast out spells. Some music
Yeah,
cast out spells. Yeah,
yeah.
I've
So
heard
like
that.
when
Yeah.
I go to pray, if I'm going to pray to Oya, I shake my rattle in a certain beat. If I'm praying to Ogun, I clang my tools together really fast, really hard, and create a beat. Same thing with Eshu. Eshu's another one of the seven powers. I can break them down to you and what they all mean, but I the rattle as well. Oshun
The
is a
rattle,
bell.
like baby rattle.
Mm-mm. A
What do you
big,
mean?
big like
Oh, like the tent, like in church when they,
no,
Like a maraca.
yeah, like a maraca.
oh, like the yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay,
I
yeah.
I shake that for I shake that for Oya, and I shake that for Eshu. For Yemoja and Oshun, I do the bell. Um every sound had, and if I go to my ancestors and I'm praying to my ancestors, I have what's called an ancestral stick, and I bang it on the floor as I'm praying. Just one steady beat, and you're praying. So music plays a big part in uh serving to Ifa. Serving meaning, when I say serve, it's just another word for worship.
I was having a conversation with somebody, and they were saying how they leave food out for the spirits. So
That is
I asked the dumb question like, "Oh, so when you come back, is the food gone?" And they was like, "No." They said the spirits eat off the energy of the food.
that is correct.
Okay.
It's what you put in, and that's where your prayers come in, and that music, that powerful music. For instance, I notice a lot that when I pray to Ogun, I stomp my feet and I'm very forceful. I'm very hard. Since Ogun is the spirit of iron, courage, strength, as well as the
He's like an
machetes.
African warrior, right? Ogun was like an
Yes, he
African
does.
warrior.
Yes, he clears the pathways. So um he's the reason why Orisha was able to come to Earth. He cleared all of the pathways for them to travel. So he takes two machetes. He has two machetes that he created. So Ogun, like I said, he's a spirit of iron. Without iron, there can be nothing. Literally, iron lives in us.
Yeah,
Ogun is
yeah,
us.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Iron is a mineral that we
Exactly.
need. Yeah.
But
Without iron, we'll freeze to death. I think. Yeah,
exactly.
iron keeps us warm. Yeah.
Yep. And iron cuts your meat. Iron is your gun. Iron is your knife. Iron is everything. It's everywhere. It's in your houses. There, there can be no life without iron. And he is the spirit of iron. And so when I pray to him, because he is also the spirit of strength and courage and fortitude, ambition, and moving forward constantly. Ogun is always working constantly, constantly. Um, I notice that I speak with a different tone and a different force, almost like you are demanding to be heard.
Yeah. Ogun is a warrior. Yeah.
Ogun was a warrior, exactly. His first wife was Oya.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
his first wife was Oya. Oya, she, how I love her so, because she wouldn't have as many weapons if she didn't. There's two stories. There's one that the Goon shared the weapons, and then there's a story that she stole the weapons. Tomato, tomato. Either way, my girl got the weapons.
Question: How many wives did Ogun have?
Two.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to know.
Two.
All right.
And so um he went forth and he cleared the way and cleared the path and everything. Alongside Ogun is a Chosi. A lot of people forget about Ochosi.
Who's that?
He is also one of the men of the mountains. Ogun and Ochosi are known as the men of the mountains. They live in the woods, in the wilderness, among the animals and nature. Ochosi is, I love Ochosi. Everything connects us to one. So, like I said, Ogun clears the path for of obstacles, so that way you may travel and get good fortune and get the good things that's coming to you with a clear path. But Ochosi is the hunter. He is the illustrious hunter. He never misses his target. So you pray to Ochosi, and you feed Ochosi, you pray to him, and you ask him to hunt for all good opportunities. All good ire, which is our goodness, ashe, which is energy. You
I
want,
say, yeah.
yeah, you want energy. You want that job. You go to Ochosi. Look, hey, here's this, here's that, here's this, here's that. I want this job. Hunt for it for me. I want to do this, and he will go out and he will hunt for the opportunities. But without them two working together, it means nothing. So Ochosi can find the opportunity for you, but Ogun must clear the path so you can get to that opportunity.
That's like in what is it, Christianity, when they say prayer without works is nothing or something
Prayer
like that.
without works is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. So they work hand in hand.
They work hand in hand. So when I pray to them both at the same time, simultaneously.
So in fasting, like, so let's say someone, when they say they go on these fasting, like I think this is Ramadan.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're fasting, they say you should pray while you're fasting.
Mm-hmm.
So who are they praying to, Allah, or for what?
That's Muslim. We don't fast. We get what's called taboos. Once you get to a certain point in Ifa, you get what's called your hand in Ifa, and that's what I have. My hand in Ifa, which just means I have my destiny. I have a bowl on one of my altars, my Oshun altar. It's a bowl. In this bowl contains Orumala. Orumala is the great God in heaven. He is God. So when people say, "Oh, you don't believe in God," no, I do believe in God. I just don't believe the God by your name. But anyway, I have my destiny in the bowl. So since I decided
you call God, so it's like God is Yahweh, because God has like a million names.
Orumala.
Okay.
Orumala. So I took Orumala's hand. In other words, I made a vow saying that I am on the next steps on this road in Ifa, that I am now considered a Iyanafe, so to speak, but a baby. Yes, but a baby one. Like I have a Iya who's a godmother, spiritual godmother, and a Babala who's a spiritual godfather. I have both. I am a baby Iyanafe because I still have so much to learn, but yet I still can teach a little bit. When I took my hand in Ifa, my prayers became more intense, more detailed. Every morning I go to my a king, because that's what it's called, a king that contains Orumala, and I feed him, and I just basically I start off with the opening prayer anytime, even when talking to, I usually tend to go to Eshu first, because we were talking about Ogun and Ochosi, but Eshu's a third person in that. Some people call him the man of the crossroads. You might hear some people misquote him and call him Papa Legba.
Papa Legba.
Yeah, you'll find that in maybe like New Orleans and maybe the Haitians. They'll say Papa Legba. His name is Eshu. And what Eshu does, he's like Loki. If I have to compare him to another pantheon, Loki,
Thor's brother.
Yeah,
God of mischief.
Yeah, exactly. And so Eshu can be a child, an old man, a crow. He can be anything. You'll most likely find him at the crossroads of a railroad track or a four-way stop sign. You'll find him in a house. You will find him usually at the front door or outside of someone's house, since he is one of the guardians and warriors of that that's like your second line of defense. Oshun, Ogun, and Achosia, your second lines of defense of people entering your home with bad Ire or Ashe. So Eshu,
My first line of defense is God.
no, your first line of defense is your ancestors. It will always be your ancestors, those that came before you and passed on. They are always there, and you feed them. You feed them. You talk to them. They don't, they don't require much. You have to remember, these are your parents. These are your grandparents. These are people that you knew in this life. So if your mom liked fried chicken, you make some fried chicken, you put it on the plate. Let's say for her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving, you make sure you make a plate and you put it on your ancestor altar. Christmas, anything like that, you make sure you have all the favorite things. For instance, my mother, I have her glasses when she passed on. I have her glasses and it sits by her picture. Cherry Lifesavers, Crystal Light. My grandfather, Mr. Goodbar. My grandmother, crossword puzzle books. My dad, Newport cigarettes. My grandfather, a cigar. All of those things are on the altar for them, plus 9 glasses of water to represent the 9 realms that one must go through once they transition.
9 glasses. So that goes on. You said the ancestor. What you mean, like a table? Like you got a whole?
Mm-hmm. I have a whole shrine separate from everybody else with them. So, when you want to speak, you typically go to Eshu first. And because the reason why you do that is because Eshu is the only one that speaks both languages of here on earth, of those on earth and those in heaven. So he is the divine messenger. There can be no communication without Eshu. So it's wise when you do your opening prayer that you also salute Eshu within that prayer to give thanks for him, because he is the one that's going to do the message.
Eshu and Ashe are 2 different people.
Yes, Ashe is not a person; it's a thing. Ashe is energy. Ashe is another word for amen.
Okay.
So, like, if I'm praying and someone hears me, and let's say they're part of they go Ashe, 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 Ashe.
Okay.
Amen, amen, amen. Ashe is also energy. It's also like I said, E-ray. It's also goodness that can be thrown at you. For instance, my opening prayer for every situation, I get a glass of water, I place it on the floor in front of my Eshu and my Ogun. I knock 3 times on the floor. And I call. My Eshu's name is Kalilu. So Kalilu is and please don't ask me, there's like a zillion Eshus. I only did research on my own because this is like, damn. But my Eshu actually is a party Eshu. He likes to drink. Go figure, right? I know, right? Money. So he likes music. Again, music, words, so forth, so on. So I knock on the floor 3 times. Knock, knock, knock. Eshu Kalilu, Eshu Kalilu, Eshu Kalilu. I then take my hand, I dip it in the water. I can say it in Yoruba, but mostly I say it in English because it's easier for me. So it's fresh water, fresh road, fresh house, freshest all around. I salute the great God in heaven. I salute all the deities that sit at the foot of the great God in heaven. I salute all the living priests and priestesses. I salute all the past priests and priestesses. I ask that all the living and past priests and priestesses loan me their ashe and fix any abnormalities in my prayer and ritual. I salute. At that point, I then go and, like I said, I salute Eshu. I salute Agun. I salute Eshu, the divine messenger, he who speaks the language of both here in heaven and then on earth. I salute Ogun and take reverence in his place in my life and clearing the pathways. I salute the great Achosi, the illustrious warrior, he who hits a target and never misses. Oh, for Ogun, I go. I salute Ogun, the spirit of iron. Without the spirit of iron, there can be nothing. There can be no one. I salute Ogun. May he continue to work in my favor by clearing the pathways with both knives, both machetes sharpened by fire. And may continue to clear the pathways. I say, may he protect me from all the weapons of today, of yesterday, and those yet to come.
Have you ever, let's say, conjured up spirits? I wouldn't say not for bad, but let's say like for love, for money, for anything, for good luck.
So good luck, definitely. Money, oh yes, you go to Oshun and Oya for that, since Oya is the mother of the marketplace and Oshun is the person of money. You can go to her, or you can go to Yemoja, who is also the mother of the ocean. They say the bottom of the ocean has many jewels, but it's mostly Oya and Oshun that you go to. As far as love goes, I don't believe in love spells, and I'm not saying I don't believe in them. I don't believe that they are right to do, like binding spells, because they are very dangerous. So I can put a love spell on Tyrone down the block, right? Well, let's say 2 years from now, I don't want to be with Tyrone, right? Tyrone still wants me. Now I done moved over to Joseph. Tyrone's coming after me. Tyrone done gone crazy now. You know what I mean? So I don't believe in doing anything against anybody's will. If it bends somebody's will, it's not meant to be. You need to leave it the fuck alone. If you can't get the man on your own, then guess what, baby? He ain't for you.
So I was watching the video. I was watching the video, and they're saying that the Black community is basically going crazy with Black women putting spells on men. It's a lot. Matter of fact, hold on, I got it. Hold on, I'm gonna let y'all watch it. Hold on.
Oh, hey, it's gonna be a lot of people that's not gonna want me to tell y'all, that I'm getting ready to tell y'all now. Men, you need to watch who you fucking with. I'm in a whole lot of witch, oracle, empress, Black women coming into the craft type groups. It is hundreds. I have seen hundreds of pictures of you dudes. Do you understand me? That these women is putting inside of these groups, and on full moons and on new moons, they straight up casting full flat out spells on y'all because y'all out here being dirty. Look, Black man, tell that woman if you fucking around with somebody else, like they straight up fucking y'all lives up, and y'all think it's some invisible God out here making you have car accidents, making you being stuck to a woman, and you can't never let her go, and you can't never get away from her, cause she didn't put blood in your motherfucking food. She got your picture in the middle of a group with hundreds of other little young ass witches that ain't got no guidance, that ain't got no type of structure and discipline over them, and they just casting. You got 30 to 100 motherfucking women, y'all, sitting here saying, drive him into hell. May he pay for what it is that he did to her. Even if you just made a simple ass mistake, you know what I'm saying? You done pissed her off today. When you out here dating these women, you need to ask them what the fuck they believe in. I don't care. Just because she a Christian do not mean that she is not playing around with her witch friends in blood magic, the power of blood. Do you understand? Black women don't believe that motherfucking Jesus Christ shit. We know what the fuck our blood do. We have always known. I'm telling you, black men, watch who you fucking with. Almost every black woman know that if she want a man to put blood in his motherfucking spaghetti, put that shit in his motherfucking tea, whatever, they out here doing it, and I'm watching them. Black men, y'all better watch y'all motherfucking selves and start getting y'all life right. Quit playing with these women out here. They sinking y'all. All y'all asses either locked up. Y'all in some fucked up shit out here. The future of the black man, these young black men, it's not fucking looking good. Like, y'all need to get into y'all wisdom, into y'all own motherfucking knowledge, and find out who you are, find out who your ancestors are. Y'all out here fighting against shit y'all don't even know y'all fighting against. Like, this shit powerful as hell. Watch yourselves. Watch who y'all dating. Check your motherfucking food. Check your tea. Check your motherfucking toothbrush. Don't let no motherfucking body get no hair. Hey, y'all better protect yourself. That's as much as I can tell you without going into other shit. Fucking save yourself.
Let's take a deep breath. Yeah, let's take a deep breath.
Okay, when I saw that, I said, "Oh, this let me."
Yeah. Okay. Let me clarify some myths about this. Okay, and let me speak some truths. Okay, there are women out there that will do some of the things that she's talking about. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fucked up. That's just what it is. I mean, I have never done that as far as that whole blood thing.
I mean, I'm just saying, I know a lot of dudes that done got in the car accidents, done got locked up. For the littlest, so I'm just like, you know what? What's going on out here in the hood?
The problem is she has a point. You don't know who you fucking with. And that's key. And I always say that, I'm like, you should always be careful of who you fuck with because you don't know what they fuck with. Just like Christians, they'll say, I'll pray for you. I'm quick to tell the Christian, please don't pray for me.
I don't pray.
Yeah,
please don't pray for me.
They say you can't let everybody pray over you. They say that. They say you can't let everybody pray over you. Yeah.
Please, madam or sir, do not pray for me at all. At all. I don't need it. I'm good on it. Because when people say they pray for you, you'll know who they praying to or what they praying for. Okay, that's number one. Now, as far as the women and the blood, that there's truth to that. Okay.
Blood and the sweat. I heard the sweat too.
Well, the sweat you can't control.
Okay.
The sweat can't be controlled. I'm talking about intentional. Everything has intention. If you have sex with a female on her period, and it's just sex, without intention, because intention is everything. It's in everything we do. Okay. If you give a homeless person $5 because they hold up a sign saying I'm hungry, and they take that $5 and go out and get some crack or whatever, right? Your intention was to give him the $5 to get some food. What he do with that money, that's on him. But your blessing is still going to come to you because your intention was to feed that man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there are women out there that yes, they do those things. Now,
with women like that. So let's say, like, what's the terminology outside of, let's say, a witch, right? Or what they call them,
Bruja?
Succubus.
Succubus is a whole nother beast.
A succubus, a whole nother. Okay, nother beast. So what's the terminologies? Let's say for women who are calculated into putting spells or whatever on men. What would you call that kind of a female?
A bitch. A bitch.
Okay. All
right. Again, you're doing something against somebody's will. See, no good can come to you. And what you must remember is that what I believe is, and what Ifa has taught me is This is very simple. What you do here on earth elevates your ancestors in heaven. So if you're doing some fuck boy or fuck girl shit here on earth, your ancestors in heaven are not being elevated. They're not getting the strength to help and protect you. Remember, that's your first line of defense. If your first line of defense is weak, like in football, your defense is weak, y'all getting trampled over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So why would you turn around and do some fuck shit? Lower yourself, lower your ashe, bring somebody else down, which is a horrible omen, and do that. Now, with that being said, I may or may not have had full moon sex.
Now, full moon sex?
Yes. Now that's some good shit there. Now let me break that shit down.
Right.
Because
okay, good. During full moon sex.
During the full moon, you can manifest things. So, you ever notice that sex is better at night?
Depending.
It depends on the female you fuck with. But, whatever. But anyway, sex with me is better at night. Let me see.
Okay.
Let me just throw that out there, okay? So, during a full moon is the best time to manifest anything, whether you believe in crystals, tarot cards, candles, rituals, spells, anything that you're doing. A full moon is really powerful, really powerful. Them super moons, all of that stuff, all of that energy. Just think about it. And the moon is feminine, so we're just pulling on that energy. And you have sex with a woman, and she has the intention of keeping you, right? During that full moon, guess what's not happening, baby? You're gonna be attached to that yoni. You're gonna call her tomorrow. You're gonna be attached to that yoni. That yoni done got you in a chokehold. Now you wondering what the fuck she doing? Like,
up with this woman.
Yeah, why she ain't text me back yet?
Yeah.
What the fuck going on? So I had a friend who she was very deeply spiritual, and I'm not gonna say her name because whatever.
Yeah, no names. We're not gonna say no names.
No names, but it wasn't me. I can tell you that it wasn't me, and it wasn't Melinda. I can tell you that.
Okay.
So she had got linked up with this guy, and it was during the full moon. We knew it was during the full moon, and she ain't really want nothing. She just wanted to get broke off. It wasn't anything, but her being so in depth spiritually, he got the tip in and bust. That was it. He couldn't control anything. He not only did that time, he did it 7 times in the same night, and she wasn't even touching him. He literally just kept ejaculating. And I was like, now when she told me that, I went over her house the next day.
I mean, is that the full moon, or is that just
laugh at him?
Is that the full moon, or is that just a dude that just don't get nothing, and he was just too excited? Like, I mean, it's just a dude that just. He just like, oh.
Nah, he was hitting. He was beating and hitting. I know he was. I mean, he looked good. But even he said he don't know what's going on, what's happening. What happened to you was that you fucked with a female that's spiritually in tune. A female is spiritually in tune. I'm not to shit on anybody, because it could be a Christian, a Catholic, a Jewish person, a Muslim. A female that's spiritually in tune and knows her body, knows that temple, knows that yoni, right? Once they tap into that energy and know what the fuck they got, that diamond between their legs, that sex is going to hit different than anybody else.
I agree.
It's going to knock the shit out of you.
Agreed.
Now, depending on the man, if he chooses to continue to deal with her or not. But if she's not putting any spells out there and trying to like keep him or whatever, and for her it's just sex, well, you can't control that. You know what I'm saying? You can't control that energy. You can't control that force, that pull. You know what I mean? It is just going to be what it is. You know, a woman that is spiritually in tune and is spiritually intact with her body and knows the points of a man's body of where to touch, not just vaginally, but her hands alone knows where to touch.
Powerful.
It because she's giving you something.
So a sexually calculated woman can be a bitch.
Oh, yeah. And if she's spiritual, oh yeah, you add that in there. Yeah, baby. Y'all are like, you gonna go in her room like, why you got so many damn candles in here?
So what's the
She about to
difference
fuck
with
your life up, bro. You about to
so
call
what's the
off
difference
work
with a
for 3 weeks.
succubus?
You laughing at me? She's laughing. I said, you about to call off for work for 3 weeks, bro. Succubus is exactly what it is. It's just someone that just ciphers and sucks energy off of you with no real intention of keeping you or anything. They just want that energy from you. It's like an energy vampire. It's no different than and those are very dangerous people. I've been around a lot of them, but I can't really speak too much on them, because once I realize that you're a succubus energy, it doesn't have to be sexual. It could be just being close or in the same room as somebody. Like someone like me, a succubus would have a field time with. But the problem is I keep my protection, and my yeye, my mother over my head is Yansa. You don't want to fuck with her. She's very
So
violent.
a succubus is the female version. The male version is an incubus.
So, okay, if you've ever had a dream when you're sleeping on your back, and you may have had a dream where you thought perhaps you were having sex and may have climaxed at that point, succubus are also spirits. So I know a lot of people that keep things under their bed, in their pillowcases. I know a lot of people that sleep on their side or on their
Hold
stomach.
on 1 second. Welcome, Jolie Mon.
Hello.
We got one of your fellow. What is it? I'm not gonna. What's the word I'm looking for? This is. Oyorin. So we were just in here. You missed a little video that we played.
You're on mute.
Oh, you're on mute. You gotta.
I was giving y'all some time. I was like, could you on your way home?
Oh no, yeah, we've been on now for what did it say? 37 minutes.
Oh wow, text me.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the board. Matter of fact, hold on. Hold on. Yo, you can't get on, bro?
Yo, I'm on the screen. I keep doing the same thing. It says, if I want to leave, I can leave. It says, enter in the studio, keep the studio secure. Ask you to connect to YouTube. I hit that.
Don't connect to connect to the StreamYard. See what it say. Connect to the StreamYard, not YouTube. I'm not on YouTube yet. We just on the StreamYard.
You look so sleepy, DJ. You look so sleepy.
Yeah, just hit join the studio. Not YouTube.
But now I'm saying studio.
Hey, how y'all doing?
StreamYard.
How are you? I'm Oyorin.
What did you say?
I'm Oyorin.
Oh, my name is Iman.
How are you?
I'm well.
And
Nice to meet you.
Mobcat. This is the ball. I'm trying to get the ball on.
Did it? Like my gums are shifting.
That's so that's Jolie Martin, that's Oyarine, and that's
We
Belinda
already.
in the
You're
back.
late. You're late.
My bad,
You're
my
late.
bad. Okay, my bad.
You're late. You're late, honey.
Oh, you're
I'm gonna send you the link again, bro. I'm gonna send you the link again. Oh,
you're initiated into IFA?
Ma'am, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, look, you got Oshun and Yamaja.
Yes,
Yes, girl. Snap, snap.
I
I was just telling him that my mother Risha's Oya. So yeah.
I'm not initiated yet. But I am a practitioner. Oya is my mom.
so hit that. See what it says.
Father, according to the ENEFIS. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually have both Oya and Oshun, and I have Eshu and Egbe. So
nice.
So I'm like, just the oracle of chaos.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I have issue in my issue inside my and
I keep Eshu and Ogun by the door, have them protecting the house and everything. They know what they got to do. They know their job. They do. I've actually had people like come to my doorway and cannot come in my house.
Yeah.
And I just stand there in the living room. I'm like, yeah, should not be here.
Right.
now you gotta go.
Right.
I'll go ahead, keep doing the same shit. I'll go ahead.
How did you do it before, bro?
Oh wait, no, my cup is right on the other side of
I
you.
know for a fact, and then I use my computer the whole time. I'll stand it up in my kitchen.
So are you in Isheshe or Lufumi?
Isheshe.
Okay, nice.
Isheshe, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm here. And we have Melinda.
Hey. I'm well.
She's Baptist.
Okay.
So we're trying to prove that there's proof that you can be of two religions and friends, because a lot of people have that myth when it's like they don't think it's real or a thing. Like you can do that.
Right,
yeah, maybe try another account.
No, MLB. I know, because even in Psalms, the book of Psalms, we still read that as spells.
Yeah, see, and that's what I was about to get with him and tell him. I'm like,
work today.
A lot of praying, and what they don't know is that the book of Psalms is a beautiful, beautiful book of spells. I love it. I love it all. I take a lot of my prayers from it. If I need to clean, look at her face.
So you two, y'all kind of study the similar things.
I'm a practitioner, and so I was working all day, and I realized I was reading the book of Psalms like all day for every spell. Every spell, I was like,
what is it? Psalms, is it 26 or 29? I don't remember, but it's an amazing spell to clear out your house. I mean,
I thought Psalms was for the Bible, like
it is. That's what people don't realize. The whole book of Psalms is nothing but spells. It is.
The book of Psalms is nothing but spells.
Yep. Yeah. Christians don't want to hold on to it, but I got news for y'all, buddy. It was spells.
In my opinion, the book of Psalms is God's beautiful.
Try with your phone, see what it do.
The book of Psalms is God's easy way of letting us know, like, no weapons formed against us shall prosper. Psalms is an amazing book that just comforts us and lets us communicate with God through Jesus Christ.
But that sounds like Eshu and Ogun. Ogun, no weapon formed me shall prosper. He creates all weapons. Communication. That sounds
no weapon formed for me shall prosper. That's a Ogun. So Ogun is
that is one of Ogun's slogans right there. because he creates, remember what I said, he created all the weapons of yesterday, today, and those that have yet to come. And Ogun is everywhere. I mean, Ogun is you, Ogun is me. I mean, iron is in our blood. When we have low iron, what happens?
You get cold, you freeze.
You're cold, you get
Can't do
freeze,
no energy.
anemic.
Yeah.
Your lips start turning color. You're off. Why are you off? You're off because that iron is off. You need to dig in, get your hands in some soil, and you know, and get back to it. But you know, it's you know, like I was just telling my nephew that song "Take Me to Church" by Mo.
Yeah.
What's his name? Mo. What's his name, honey? Hosier. Take Me to Church. I just burst his mom's bubble because she loves that song. I said, you know that song is about witchcraft, right? And then he was like, what do you mean? She was like, what do you mean? I said, well, if you listen to the words of the song is talking about being a pagan. The song is talking about, because he said, if I'm a pagan of the good times, my love is in sunlight. Keep the goddess on my side. She demands a sacrifice. Drain the whole sea. Get something shiny. Get something meaning for the main course. That's a fine looking high horse. So drain the whole sea, get something shiny. Who does sound like Yemoja?
Yeah.
And this is hungry work. Hungry work. We feed our ancestors. We feed our Orisha. We feed our warriors. You know, and I will say it how my EI said to me, blood is best. And I don't mean our blood, I don't mean my blood, her blood. I mean a rooster or a guinea fowl or whatever.
Like the Old Testament, then we sacrifice.
Like a goat.
You can sacrifice
like a goat.
Blood.
Yeah.
Many Orisha will take different things. But I mean, here in America, it's kind of hard to snatch up a goat. So we tend to stick to roosters, guinea fowl, my pigeons. My preference for my
pigeons have blood.
Yeah. My preference for issue is pigeon, and for my Ogun is rooster. So when it's time, which is every month, I'll take them to my EI and we will do a blood sacrificing for them and feed them.
So back to this.
Because you know what I would do?
Moon sex.
Oh, before we go, you know what I would do? I would do Igbo, but being that I'm not initiated myself, I would go to Babalao to do the Igbo for me. And then for like Haitian voodoo, I would go to a Hugon or a Mambo to do Igbo for me.
Yeah, I have my godmother and my Babalao. My Babalao is in Nigeria, so it is very easy for him to get his hands. Like if for Ogun, a dog, it's very easy for him to sacrifice a dog. Dried rat for Shango. It's a lot easier for them to get their hands on some of the things that I need. But for the simpler things, my yeye and I, we do it together. And and then they, you have to taste the blood. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that part. You have to taste the blood. So once the prayer has begun, you hold the bird and you pray over the bird what you are wanting from this Orisha. For instance, if I Ogun, let's say I'm feeling weak, I'm feeling defeated, I'm feeling run down, I feel like I'm not going anywhere, I'm planted, I don't know what to do next, what my next steps are. I need him to clear the path. And Chosi, like I said, is a part of that. I will pray over the bird and ask for these things. Then after which a few feathers get plucked from the bird, and then the head gets ripped off. The blood gets poured onto the. Why are you so damn shocked? You know I ain't got it right.
That got me too. So the head gets ripped off,
She's like, I gotta lay next to you tonight. Yes. She came to visit me. I'm like, yes. So the blood gets poured over Ogun or Shu, depending on whichever one I'm praying for. I think I said Ogun. At that point, my yaya will take the blood, tap on this, whatever's left of the spine on tap, lick. Whatever you feed your Orisha, you should be able to eat yourself. So if I go to the beach to pray for Yemoja, and I throw white flowers and watermelon because she loves watermelon, I will take a bite. Even though I hate watermelon, I will take a bite of the watermelon before I give it to her. Just like Oshun, it is very important that when you feed Oshun and you give her honey, that you taste the honey before you give it to her, because at one point Oshun was poisoned by those that gave her honey. So you put that in the prayer. I've tasted the honey before giving offerings. Let her know that you've tasted the honey, and Oshun, you go to a river for. Go to her for, you take the bell, go out there with your honey, go out there with your pineapples and stuff. And Oshun is known as the seductress, the beautiful dancing woman, the flirtatious, and she is the one that you go to for stuff like that and for money. Oya,
she's the one that you don't sleep with out of full moon.
Oh no, you can sleep with her at a full moon, bro. You just ain't never gonna be the same. But you ain't never gonna be the same. You could do that.
Welcome to God Sabbatical.
Hello.
Sabbatical right here. This
everybody.
is you're in, and Jolie Mon, and I'm the host Bugs. This is my right hand, a very spiritual dude right here.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? The laptop wasn't working.
I had a lot of
the laptop wasn't working.
I don't know if it's the link. I don't know. I think I know. I think I gotta update my iPad. I think that's the whole reason why it wasn't letting me go on.
For everyone's information, so this is my man right here. We used to work together. He lives in Thailand right now, so he's calling us all the way from Thailand. So you know what I'm saying. So
good.
He was at Rosie's.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't remember him?
Yeah, I had the bummy
Did you retire?
Uniform every day. I barely wore it. They probably didn't see me the last year because I didn't come out the
last 2 years. Last 2 years.
That's true. When they when they did you dirty, then that was it. That was it. If you don't have to work, I don't have to work. That was it.
I always tell that story.
I said, what? They did that to you? They did that to us?
Us?
What they did to us, Claude?
I always say that. But yeah, so we was talking about spirituality. So we got into women. So Yorin said that there's women that very calculated women that will sleep with someone within a full moon. They're not a succubus. What do we call them again?
Is it an incubus?
No,
incubus is a man.
Women, Iman is the full moon is for manifestation. So women that will use sex magic at that time of the full moon to manifest things that they want.
So I played a video. I played a video, and we were spinning off the video. So Yoram got deep into saying, you got to watch certain women, and all this other stuff. Y'all want to play the video again?
No, because if I have to hear the word "her" one more time, I might lose it.
That's what she's talking about. She's talking about
but she's so inaccurate. But yes, you could show it, let them see it.
All right, so let's go. It's a little more. It's kind of let me see.
Did we lose them?
No.
You can't.
Hey, it's gonna be a lot of people that's not gonna want me to tell y'all, that I'm getting ready to tell y'all now. Men, you need to watch who you fucking with. I'm in a whole lot of witch, oracle, empress, black women coming into the craft type groups. It is hundreds. I have seen hundreds of pictures of you dudes. Do you understand me? That these women is putting inside of these groups, and on full moons and on new moons, they straight up casting full flat out spells on y'all because y'all out here being dirty. Look, black man, tell that woman if you fucking around with somebody else. Like they straight up fucking y'all lives up, and y'all think it's some invisible God out here making you have car accidents, making you being stuck to a woman, and you can't never let her go, and you can't never get away from her, cause she didn't put blood in your motherfucking food. She got your picture in the middle of a group with hundreds of other little young ass witches that ain't got no guidance, that ain't got no type of structure and discipline over them, and they just casting. You got 30 to 100 motherfucking women, y'all, sitting here saying, drive him into hell. May he pay for what it is that he did to her. Even if you just made a simple ass mistake, you know what I'm saying? You done pissed her off today. When you out here dating these women, you need to ask them what the fuck they believe in. I don't care. Just because she a Christian do not mean that she is not playing around with her witch friends in blood magic, the power of blood. Do you understand? Black women don't believe that motherfucking Jesus Christ shit. We know what the fuck our blood do. We have always known. I'm telling you, black men, watch who you fucking with. Almost every black woman know that if she want a man to put blood in his motherfucking spaghetti, put that shit in his motherfucking tea, whatever, they out here doing it, and I'm watching them. Black men, y'all better watch y'all motherfucking selves and start getting y'all life right. Quit playing with these women out here. They sinking y'all. All y'all asses either locked up, y'all in some fucked up shit out here. The future of the black man, these young black men, it's not fucking looking good. Like, y'all need to get into y'all wisdom, into y'all own motherfucking knowledge, and find out who you are, find out who your ancestors are. Y'all out here fighting against shit y'all don't even know y'all fighting against. Like, this shit powerful as hell. Watch yourselves. Watch who y'all dating. Check your motherfucking food. Check your teeth. Check your motherfucking toothbrush. Don't let no motherfucking body get no hair. Hey, y'all better protect yourself. That's as much as I can tell you without going into other shit. Fucking save yourself.
After watching that the second time, I firmly believe that she has done some shit to somebody because she is very passionate.
She used the words oracle and empress. So
she has done something to somebody because now that I watched it a second time, she was very she was very clear on the instructions. So she kind of gave them the manual and but gonna say, watch your back. I have news for her. It's not just black women, it is all women. Okay. Let's not turn this into a black and white thing. It's all women. All women have that power. It's just how you wield it. That's it. It is what it is. Again, sweat, you can't control that. In the heat of the moment, you cannot control that. As far as women doing, like I said, love spells, or men doing love spells, I've already expressed that I'm firmly against that because that's against one's will. Plus, it's also very dangerous. You can get hurt playing around with that. Again, if you can't get that man on your own, then honey, he ain't for you.
Right.
And I think that, yes, you should be careful, like I said before, of who you're messing with. It's the people at my job. The people at my job. I'm always giving them
names. Don't say no names, and don't
say
where you work at.
I'm always giving them low-key warnings about me. Low key, and they either take heed to it, or someone may know what I'm talking about, and a lot of them they're mostly non-brown people, so they have no idea what I'm talking about. But you have to be careful who you are talking to. You got to be careful who you are messing with, and not all women are out here messing around with men and trying to trap them into things. Exactly. It's not like that. Yeah. But she seems to be really knowledgeable on it. So my question to her is, how you know so much, sis? And you don't
did say something about how she saw a lot of she made it seem like she was in a group or something like that, and she saw a lot of men pictures on an altar around a full moon. But where
and
it comes from,
they're praying around. Yeah, they're praying over, a bunch of women are praying over this guy. Yeah,
right. That is planetary magic, but you don't have to wait for a full moon to do that.
No, you don't. You're right. You don't.
Can you just burn a candle?
No, you can conjure up a spirit, and that spirit will ride that person until he's into you or she's into you.
So I had a guy that I worked with. He was from Panama. So, you know, when me and Batical, we first started, you know, we was, you know, being harassed by certain supervisors sometime, you know. So, you know, we would just be ready to curse him out, whatever. So he told us, and Batical, you probably remember who I'm talking about. Don't say the name.
Yeah, I know you talking
He told us to
right away.
Put write their name down and put it in your shoe. And you just walk around all day and with their shoe, and they'll leave you alone. And believe it or not, it worked. There's a girl that I work with to this day. She still does that. So
yeah, I'm a big fan of hot foot powder. I did it to my neighbor before, and she ended up moving in a week.
What do you call it? Hot foot powder?
Hot foot powder. I did it to her because I didn't like her because she kept my shoe and my lagoon. They tend to accept and bless me favorably when I pray to them outside in the morning and give offerings and salute them and greet them in the morning right outside my front door. So she used to call me the voodoo lady. So I got tired of her. So I put a little bit, I made long, not put powder, rubbed it on her car tires when she wasn't looking, and she moved out in a week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She lived, Melinda. She lived. I didn't kill her. Calm down. I mean, it was an option, but come on now. How can I elevate if I disintegrate? My word.
So, Batical, give your take on the male version of these kind of like spirits and conjugals. I know. So we used to sit in the locker room. So my brother's always been. I know him 20 years. So I always been spiritual. You know, using copper and all kind of things. So you know, just give your take on the male version of this spirituality that's walking around here on this earth to this day.
Everything that I'm gonna say right now could be backed up. You know, a lot of times, you know, people don't know the devil because they never talk to him, they never witnessed him. You know, so they don't know what the word comes from. Most people, that 85% of the public don't even know the words, the meanings of the words that they use. You ask a person to, don't give an example, but define energy. People wouldn't be, and I'm only doing it because these are the questions that I asked myself when I was going down this path. And, you know, people talk electricity, people talk energy, people talk a lot of things, and they don't even know what it means. You know, they might talk sorcery and things like that. Don't know what the word means. Don't know the origin of the word. Don't know. They really don't. Most people don't really understand history, but what everybody don't understand is the simple fact that human nature never changes. This same shit that we talk about today is the same shit niggas was talking about in the dark ages.
True.
You know,
yeah.
They wasn't talking about a microwave because they didn't have it, but they still had the same problems, which is root chakra, survival, conflict, polarity, and people don't really understand that. I dove deep into this shit where I came out okay, and I could talk full circle. Christianity been there, Israelite been there, full head on mysticism, occult science and stuff like that. Been there, done it, danced with the devil, and then I came out and I'm a completely different person than I ever was before because I really understand certain things about energy. Like I could define it. You know, that word alone should people win because people don't really understand the 4 stages of life.
What's the 4 stages of life?
Which is 4 stages.
Wait, I could probably
life.
get it. It's childhood. It's childhood,
No,
adolescent.
I'm talking about encompassing that. There's something that comes before that. What you describing is like life itself or embodiment. Embodiment is a stage of life. Disembodiment is a stage of life. Birth is a stage of life. And what's a word I could use? Well, we just call it death. Yeah, death. So the 4 stages, and they all coincide, but they all are one thing. So you have birth, you got embodiment, and you have birth, and then you got disembodiment, you got death first, and then you got disembodiment. So one thing is for sure, once the energy is disembodied, it doesn't die. We come right back around.
I was going to ask that. So let me ask the panel. So do everyone on the panel believe that there is life after death? Do we come back as another something else?
Yes, I believe in reincarnation. And I do believe that even on this panel, this is not our first life.
I believe that if you have not mastered, to jump on the back of what Iman said, if you have not mastered what it was that you came back here for to master, then yes, you will repeat the cycle over and over again. I do believe that also returning is a choice. You are given a choice. You will know how your life will be. You choose it. That's why some people die at a young age, because they mastered what they did in the last life. So I think the object of living basically is mastering oneself, or getting as close as you possibly can to mastering oneself. And so that way, when you go back, you, again, for everything, it's about elevating the ancestors. You will go back into your egg bay and you will, but if you do not master or get what you are supposed to learn out of this life, then yes, you will return.
Radical?
There's validity in what she just said. To give the same perspective, a perspective on it, is to shed light. A lot of times we don't really understand. We actually live in a program. We live in a simulation.
Like the Matrix.
Yeah, and like a lot of times we identify with self-identity. So self-identity is like she just said, something to learn yourself. Well, that's a paradoxical question, a great question one asks, because what self are we talking about? The physical self is only 50% of the story, and it is 0.0035% of the physical spectrum. And it's crazy because you see it in a Fibonacci sequence. That's crazy, right?
Fibonacci sequence. What's that?
It's Fibonacci is the flow of the earth. It's the harmony. It's what powers everything. It's a number sequence that always shows up in everything. 3, 6, 9, 8, because everything is 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8.
So like in the Matrix, when they was doing the Matrix, when they look at you, they see the binary code.
Well, everything is binary code.
And everything's a binary code.
Everything is binary code. The funny thing about it, everything is zeros and ones, because DNA is zeros and ones. It's a spiral. Everything is a spiral. The way the earth moves, the way the sun moves, the way Sirius moves, the way the planets move, it's an ebb and flow that just go together. And the crazy thing is there's no conflict in the universal force. There's no conflict. The earth and everything that moves with it, it moves in a high frequency, universal, unified field. And the opposite of that is what we live in, which is a polarized, conflictive field. But that is the juxtapose. Like it's supposed to be like that, but consciousness actually dictates how people deal with the conflict. And so you got what we see, and everything that I'm saying can be validated. Go online, check it out. But what we see is 0.0035% of all things that's there, right? So a person say, well, that is only 50%. So we see 50% of zero. We see 50%, but we can really only see 0.0035%. Less than 1% is what we see with these eyes. So that means that there's a lot of energy that's around us that we just can't see. Like a text message travels through the air, we just can't see it. It travels fast and fluent because there's no resistance, there's no conflict, and it moves.
So when
fast.
they say, like when they say with the ancestors, with the pyramids, right? So no one can really see, especially from the year that the pyramids was made. There's to this day, no one can really kind of scientifically, mathematically construct how those pyramids was made at that time. So I know, like, a lot of people, they used to say, like, we were so in touch with our mental back then that our mental was so strong that we was able to levitate,
Yes.
rocks and things like that. Is that form of energy? So you're saying that's what we didn't tap into?
All right, now let's go back to 4, right? Because 4 is time, right? And time is not really real, but time is stages and time is sequences and stuff like that. Like you understand, like November is not real, but the energy that comes during that time period is real. So you have 4 stages of life. You have 4 stages of 4 cycles of the earth, and everything is broken down into 4s. On top of that, I'm gonna shed something that a lot of people don't know that I discovered. The 4 ages: the gold age, the silver age, the bronze and the copper age, and the iron age. I read this in a book, but then I put it together. They're all talking about the consciousness of people. It's the consciousness of people. So in the gold age, we're in the consciousness of high spirituality.
So that's being older? Gold age is like
that was the ancestors. That was us in our old time where we were able. The earth was one. It was Pangea, so it was one land mass pretty much. It wasn't a lot of water, and we were able. We spoke languages. There was no war. There was no king. We were able to build things. We built Atlantis. We learned the zodiacs and those things. We discovered it through time, through thousands and thousands and thousands of years. But like anything, the Earth's consciousness, the universal consciousness flips, and then it goes down. So it goes 4 stages up, and then it goes 4 stages back. And it's an ebb and flow from gold to silver, from silver to bronze, from bronze to iron, and from iron back to bronze, and it goes back and forth in cycles. Is what Daniel was talking about in the book when Daniel talked about when the king asked him the vision. And he said, the head of gold, body of silver, legs of bronze, and feet of iron and clay. And he said it was going to be time that flew over people. But that's old text. So we do great things during the bronze, and then in the silver period. Every time we usher in a new period, there's a calamity that, it's a calamity going down, and then we go back up. So we never stay in a zone. So the lowest we fell was during the Iron Age. That's the time of the Romans. That's the time of the Greeks. That's the time of all of this shit that we live by today. Was during the time of our lowest consciousness. And now we're going back from where right now we're in the Bronze Age and we're going into the Silver Age, and the Silver Age is going to usher in the Age of Aquarius, which is going to be just tremendous enlightenment.
I keep hearing
But I don't
about
want to be
that
too
age.
long.
I keep hearing about the Age of Aquarius. So let me ask the panel this: do you guys think that social media is a form of, let's say, witchcraft? Because watching social media, it'll take you through all kind of emotions, and it'll take you through all kind of emotions, and just sitting there when you wake up in the morning, you're scrolling through your phone, and by the time you get up and eat breakfast, you done been mad, you done been happy, laughed, got mad at something, this, that, and the third, and so your mind is focused and unfocused on everything else except basically what you were pretending to do. You got to reset yourself to go, because with watching social media. So would you say that's a form of witchcraft?
Yes, it is. It's a form of witchcraft, because some of the things that we watch is witchcraft, meaning that not just witchcraft, meaning it spells on it. It's getting you to buy it. It's sigils, active sigils that's getting you to buy it. Like, for instance, like Starbucks. Why are we so addicted to Starbucks? Or
I'm not to cut you off, but please explain to the panel what sigils is. A lot of people don't understand that shit.
Yeah, that's my first time hearing that word.
I have my own sigils. I do sigils on everything I do.
This is my first time hearing this word sigil, so we can go around. We can go around this, because I've never heard of the word sigil. I heard of residual. I never heard of sigil.
Okay, sigils is when you can use it in spell work. You can use it to manifest. You can make a sigil for anything, a sigil for protection. And when you make it, you have to.
A sigil is a logo.
Yeah, logo. Right. It's a logo. You're right. And it's active. And when you make a sigil, you have to activate it so you can be able to use it for what you want in life. Like, I have a sigil, my own personal sigil in my name that I use with Solomon Magic, and I have it layered so when I want to manifest something, all I would do is put a candle on it and it would manifest.
I have a sigil for my business, and I have a sigil for my name. So if I go before like I said, any of my Orisha, I actually write out in eggshell, my sigil, and I touch my forehead to it to basically give it ashe, consecrate it. So I do that. But to answer your question about the social media, I don't think that social media is witchcraft. However, I do think that social media is a distraction to distract you of who you are. You lose yourself in social media. You do not know who you are. You don't know if you're the other, it strikes up envy. It strikes up jealousy. It strikes up, oh yeah, I can relate to this, and that. You know what I mean? But you lose yourself, and I'm guilty of it too. I mean, I've been on TikTok and all this other stuff. Sometimes like when I come home from work, I don't even turn on the TV. I'd rather take my shower and be on TikTok until I get ready for bed. You lose yourself. I don't look at it so much as witchcraft, but I do look at it as a distraction of, if I would put the phone down and pick up a book, or perhaps do shadow work, or perhaps write about my day, what happened today, I would have a better outcome the following day. Because you're right, it does alter your emotions and how you feel. A lot of people use TikTok and social media as a vice to check out of the world, because we're in it. Of course you want to see some cute kittens or a funny dance or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But we have to remember that who we are. That is like my biggest fight that I have with people that talk to me. You have to remember who you are. I'm not, and I don't expect everybody to know. I don't know who I fully am. You understand what I'm saying? But I do know that my blood runs with royalty. I do know I sit regal and I sit proud and high. That may be confused with conceited, but call it what you want. But you're not going to call me low vibrational, you know. And I do not deal with those that are not on the same wavelength as if you are not on my radar. I can't be your friend. I have lost a lot of friends on this journey, and although I love them, I have to let them go because you are not doing anything to help me elevate to the next level that I'm supposed to be on. You're not. You don't have the ashe. You don't have the stamina. You don't have it. And if you did, you'd be with me. You know, like saying you can't walk a mile in my shoes. You know, so
the meat can't deal with the blessed. I get it. Yeah, I'm like that too. Like you want some low level, low frequency stuff. I can't.
Definitely not for the weak. I can tell you that right now. If you are a weak-minded, weak person, don't even start the path. So find something else to do. As they say, find something safe to play with. Because if you are a weak individual, the spiritual path will whoop your ass at every step you take. Because part of this is getting your ass whooped. And getting your ass whooped is a nice way of saying it, but basically doing shadow work, facing yourself. You have to face yourself, and you have to face the things in life that has happened to you or whatever. You have to learn how to do that, and that's hard. That's some serious shit. You know, people sometimes
facing your reality.
Yeah, some people kill themselves over things like that, and that is the truth. They can't handle it. They rather just leave this life than face what they have to. The spirituality on any level, no matter what you practice, if you are true, really true into it and dealing with it, at some point you will have to look in the mirror, metaphorically speaking, and face yourself. That's it. I mean, and you deal with it how you want to. For me, it used to be driving to this park up the road where nobody goes at night and just screaming at the top of my lungs, you know. Because one, my Orisha is one of a tornado. She's a tornado, so she's constantly moving. She's chaotic. So if I'm screaming at the top of my lungs and I'm getting that energy of today, I had a bad day, and just doing that, that's what I have to do. If I have to go to the beach and put my feet in some water, because let's face it, the ocean is a spiritual bath. The best one. You will never find a better spiritual bath than the ocean water. You go there and you put your feet in some water, you bathe in it, not take off your clothes and actually bathe in it, but you get what I'm saying. And you do those things. I think that a lot of things we forgot, and in me learning more and more as I travel the road of Ifa about a lot of different things, I'm learning more and more about myself, and I'm like, damn. Like a lot of things that I think about in the past, I'm like, I should not have survived that. Like, what was I thinking?
So, like Radical said, we're constantly learning ourselves.
Yeah, and you takes forever. You probably won't even do it in this lifetime. That's why we keep coming back here. We keep coming back here to learn, and that's what life is. Life is learning. Every day you're gonna learn. You within the last 5 minutes, you learned something different just now. You know
what you was gonna say, Jolie?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and when you watch social media, it's like a form of witchcraft, because remember, the mind is very strong. So a man think, so he is. Sometimes you can even watch something and think about it, and then all of a sudden it comes to pass. So we definitely have to keep ourselves protected when we watch social media.
Yeah,
what's your residual?
A big part in that too.
What was the word? Residual? What's your residual?
Sigil is SIGIL. A sigil is Facebook emblem. A sigil is McDonald's emblem. a signal. Now, everybody look at McDonald's and you see you see the golden arches. It's not even an M, so it's a golden arch. You don't know what they were trying to relay is. You don't know what type of energy was put into that logo, where it manifests, right? And the whole purpose of stealing energy is the number one. I'm gonna just try to land the plane because it could go in a lot of different ways. But the number one thing that the programmers try to do is they don't care about money. They don't care about anything. The only thing they care about is control of what people think and how they feel, and they utilize that.
Well, if you whatever you think, if the body and the wallet will follow.
So what happens is they create a scenario. Let me go back to something that we had both said because it goes with this. A few of the panel members say things like, and you said about the self. I just said life is in triplicate, right? It's really 4 things, but it's in triplicate. So you have spirit, you have mind, and you have body. Right? Everybody identifies with the lower self. The lower self is the body. The lower self needs to be defended because the lower self is just the lower self, right? So we all identify with the lower self as a man, as a woman, as a black, as this, as that, but it's your lower self. The higher self doesn't have, they're not having race debates in the spiritual realm. Because it's just energy. That all of these things that we identify with is our lower self, and it's only 0.00235%. Less than 1% of what everybody focus on is the lower self. There's a higher self. Everybody know. I mean, if you're in metaphysics, you know one rule, and the rule is the universe is mental. Now, the universe is mental. Didn't say the universe is a body. It is a body. It's a spiritual body. But the universe is mental. Number one, the universe is mental. And the all is mind. Everything is so you have the universe is mental, right? And the all is mind. Everything is mind. Everything is mental. Why is everybody focused on the body? The body is a low frequency. The body is the lowest frequency on this entire universe because it's physical. You can touch it.
Yeah, it's the first thing that I guess we feel. I guess it's the first thing that we feel. So it's the only thing, pain, hurt.
But
touch,
watch this. Watch the physical thing. Put the love of your mother in your hand. Let me see it. Let me observe it. Is it not real?
It's definitely real.
Could you close your eyes and see it and feel it?
I guess so. The love I would say, the love of your mother, parents, or whatever, will be kind of like sort of your outcome of life. Your walk of life, how you carry yourself. That starts from home, I would say. Like how, especially like with black people back in the days, they used to be real strong on their last name. Like, respect, don't make our last name look bad or whatever the case may be. And they used to shun out people who made the last name look bad. That's a practice that we've been stopped doing for a long time. So I would say, yeah, you could show love through your walk of life every day. And you pass that on through, through the generations. That's what I would say.
See, I don't look at I guess this is where it gets a little controversial. So my mother and my father, my earthly mother and father, their job was to create me. That was their job. They did that. You know what I mean? There is nothing else that is owed to me. That was their job. That's what they did. Right? They had expectations of me, but people need to remember is that that's their expectations. You know what I mean? It's not mine. For instance, I grew up in a very strict Methodist household. I knew something was off a while ago. I just didn't know what it was. I couldn't give it a name. The physical body is always going to leave. The higher self of what we call our ori, which is right here, the top, oriatari, the top part of the head right here. This is where the higher self dwells. It's you could feed your ori. I do every morning. I speak to my ori. I get up, I brush my teeth, I make sure I look cute and everything, and then I pray to my ori because my ori is my higher self. My ori is what is kind of like it connects me into the invisible world. You know what I mean? In the universe, up into heaven. So my ori is connected to my ancestors. I speak through my ori to speak to my ancestors, affirmation, so forth and so on. You also have the Emi, which is the soul and the spirit that comes with us to this earth. I mean, people are very heartbroken when they give birth to a child and that child passes. And they always ask, why? Why did this happen? There's a reason for that. It's sad to us, yes, physically, yes, but spiritually, there's a reason for that. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that shit, but let's call a spade a spade. People go, why did I have to go through this? Why did this man cheat on me? Why? Instead of asking questions like why, ask like what went on? What did you learn? What did you take from it? You know what I mean? You're so focused on the physical pain. Oh, he cheated on me. What did you take from it? What? He didn't have a job? What? You were supporting him? What? Your kids were going without? What?
So basically, that's
the only thing he had to offer was good deed, which you can get anywhere. What did you learn? What did you take?
Basically, that's what Medical is saying.
That's why I said once again, everybody focuses on the lowest form of your body.
Right.
Everybody dies. Everything. Human. What I was saying earlier.
My charger, my laptop.
Is that every single person doesn't understand this. Human nature is the same.
Right.
There's no change in human nature.
Right.
Humans are trapped into their root chakra.
Right.
Nobody can get out of that.
The only way out of that is death.
No, that's not true.
We believe
you can kill it because there's different forms of death. There's different forms of life. There's different forms of a body. Most people identify with this bodysuit. This bodysuit is not them. Most people think that they have a soul and they don't really understand that they are a soul. If you do have a soul, produce it. The soul is what you see, what comes out of you. A lot of times we are not told, I tell everybody, I'm telling y'all, I'm pleading with you. If you really want to learn spirituality, learn electricity, learn code, learn computer code. Because if you learn these things, you're going to find out in every single electrical definition, in the third and fourth definition, it means something that has to do with human behavior. Now, that should be an immediate, get the fuck out of here.
What you mean? So you're saying with in like, let's say computers, like Elon. So you're saying Elon Musk has tapped into human nature? Because it seems like to me,
I study electromagnetism, right? When I started getting in, I know this shit big. Just imagine, Bugs. I motherfucking, all I do every day is just study and read for hours, and I've been doing this shit for years. So I could break down like electromagnetism and things like that, and I've been using dictionaries and finding out certain things, and I noticed I discovered that every single, if you look up any type of word that has anything to do with electricity, energy, circuitry, a circuit, a program, you'll find out that the third and fourth definition of the meaning has something to do with human behavior. Why is that?
Let me ask the panel this. Do the panel believe in aliens?
Yes, I believe in aliens.
Huh?
Do the panel believe in aliens?
Yes, I believe in aliens.
Are you?
I do.
When you say aliens, what do you mean? When you say aliens, what do you mean by that?
Extraterrestrial beings, like forms of life that's not from Earth.
Physical forms of life?
Physical forms of life that's not from Earth.
No. But there is beings. I do believe in beings. Physical beings. Physical existence is the lowest form of existence. Can't be of a higher and come down to the. You could be of a higher and come down to the lower, but you can't be a lower and go up to the higher. Because there's no body.
Jolie was gonna go. Jolie Imam was gonna say, hold on, Badical. Jolie was gonna go. Then I'm gonna let you.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah, I believe in aliens. I do.
Physical, like physical aliens.
Yes, physical aliens, and I also believe that aliens, they can come into your dreams, like within the spiritual world. I also believe that maybe the aliens is not up in the sky, maybe they're in the water. Yeah, I believe in aliens.
Or Yoreen?
I believe we are the aliens. I believe we are the aliens. I mean, this planet is dying because of us.
Yeah.
We are the aliens. You know what I mean? I think that a lot has been misconstrued over the years. Of course, I think that everybody has their own like thing that they believe in wholeheartedly. 10 toes down. But when it comes to the topic of aliens, in some form, some way, I believe we are the aliens. I wish that there was a better way I can go into that and explaining it, but it's hard to put it into words. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things brown do. Huh?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was gonna let Badical because Badical had something he was saying about. He was saying something about you can't go to the upper, but the upper will go something. He said something. What you were saying?
I believe in what's above, so below. So I believe that there's a balance in everything. You know what I mean? I was going to say brown people. This is going to sound messed up, but I believe white people, if anybody's the aliens, is them. We are definitely unique beings. We are ones that get actually charged by the sun. Our hair naturally grows towards the sun. We have gifts and powers that we haven't even tapped in yet. And even to bring up the old topic of social media, that's how these people right now are getting fucked up left and right. They're over there watching witch talk and all this other crazy shit. How many times have I been on TikTok and seen people pull up an Ogun pot from the sea and go into it's like, oh look, there's a hammer. If you don't put that shit back, I mean,
they're calling it AI. That's AI now.
Yeah, they're naturally curious and they're naturally fucked up. And I honestly wish that more brown people stuck together, because I think the world will be different. But since society has everything set up in a certain way, we are the aliens, you know,
Radical.
and yeah, and we're not. The roles are reversed.
Radical.
To break down the word, once again, to go back into it, it could be verified. Everything I'm saying is scientific. The physical existence is the lowest form of existence. This meat suit only exists here. On the spiritual plane, there is no meat. There's no bodies. So you have look this up or rewind it back. You have a toroidal. You have there's three things.
Toroidal. Say that again.
Toroidal.
Toroidal.
Was as a torus. So it's a figure 8. That's toroidal, right? There's 3 forms of energy. There's only 3 forms of energy on this earth. This is a scientific fact. So the first one, the lowest form, is the toroidal. That's everything that you see on the electromagnetic form. And then you have what is called longitudinal. Longitudinal is a high frequency energy. And then the third is the highest form, which is transverse energy. Transverse energy does not have a physical spatial footprint, right? Now, if something is of a high, and that's of a high frequency, like that's on the plane of, in the galactic, once again, proving in the galactic jets, this is where matter and everything is created, right? Now, if something is of a high frequency, it can't have a body, right? And that means that things that's toroidal, things that's of flesh and blood and of matter, it can only live on this, in a body on this plane. But a spirit goes to different planes. So a high spirit could come down. It could take on the form of something. It could take on the form of a bird. It could take on the form of a ghost, of a mother, of whatever it is that inspires and brings people up. And negative energy stays on this plane as toroidal or the lower plane. Now that lower plane could come up to the plane of inertia, which is this plane. This is the toroidal plane. And they can assume these are called disembodied beings that embody a being. And the only way for it to embody a being is if the being is under a lot of stress. And when the being is under a lot of stress, it could be lowered, the vibratory rate even lowers to an even slower tempo, where now that disembodied being can latch on and feed off of your ass. And how do you keep a body in low vibration? Keep them in their root chakra. You know, make them defend all the time. Make them be in conflict. Conflict at work, conflict at home, conflict in the car, conflict in sports.
Keep stress. Just constant stress.
And look it up. Look up, ask ChatGPT, what if you run a computer program under high stress for a long period of time, what happens? It shuts down. It could be hijacked. You understand? You become the Walking Dead because the processing unit, which is the brain, can't really function. So yes, there is aliens, but they don't take on the physical form per se. They might just come down for a week. Maybe they might come down as a baby to give a person a hope of life, because they just said in a manifestation, I just want to be a mother. So they give that person the mother vibe. But then the mother might have been saying, I don't want to lose this baby. I don't want to lose this baby. They only say lose the baby. That's what the energy, the imprint, the intention goes out. You lose the baby. So it's a lot of different things. It's 360 degrees of perspection. We only see 2%. That's a fact. The most you could see at any one time is 210. 210 degrees of perspection.
You never see the full 360.
Can never see the full 360. Even if you think you know everything, you don't. And this shit is like going down the path of spirituality. It's like Alice in Wonderland. You never know where the fuck you're going to end up. You wind up thinking that good is bad, and then you find out that bad is good. Then you find out, wait a minute, if you keep going, you find out that it's back to being good and bad. You know, you think one thing and then you learn, because that's how learning. You wind up finding out the real shit the longer you stay in it.
That's why it's not for
You'll
the
see.
weak. Spirituality is not for the weak. It
No.
honestly is not. You have to be. You have to. I mean, you're gonna have your
Slaughter the ego. You gotta slaughter the ego. You
Yep.
gotta be willing to say, I was wrong about that.
Yeah,
I was completely wrong about that. I was wrong about Obama. I was wrong.
You have to be able to understand, and that's why I bring in the Ori Atari, because it is the crown of the head. It's what connects yourself to your inner self. It is the closest you're going to get to your ancestors in heaven. For instance, it is who when you're born, they always say, "Oh, babies play with the angels."
When the baby's smiling, while it's sleeping, they say that the angels are talking to
and
them.
that could be very much so true. But look at it this way: the Ori Atari for newborns, that's called a soft spot. That little spot right there, that's soft, that hasn't quite closed all the way. That connection is a direct line. When we come here, we have the Emmy, who is one soul, one spirit. It's what makes one alive. You know what I mean? It thinks independently. It travels on its own in our dreams. The Emmy has emotion and can influence our personalities. It's also connected to the Akan. You have that, and then you also have the EME, which only lasts for your lifetime and leaves when your life is over. The EME is also known for the breath of life and is activated at birth. So, like he was saying, being born, that's part of the your life cycle. You know what I mean? But your life cycle, as we know it, is physical, but it's really not. It's not physical at all. Your life cycle goes beyond your physical death. You know what I mean? And you thrive on. Again, in my culture, you choose. When you come back and what your life is going to be. That's why I said a person could choose his life and know they're going to die at 12 by a random bullet. But maybe only 12 years is what they need to obtain what they needed to learn last life. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? It's bittersweet. But I think what people need to do is get in touch with knowledge and get yourself out there. And again, if I met somebody today that said, I've mastered myself, I'd look at that person, you're a liar. Nobody can master their whole self.
You know what I love to ask when a person says that? I always love to ask, what self? Your universal self, your spiritual self,
and then
or your physical self? What self? I mean, the universe is a body. It's really a body. Mm-hmm. You know, it's formed. If you enter the zodiac, it's a man. It's a man. The universe it has a mind. Mm-hmm. And then the top of that universe is a spiral galaxy. But this is I'm a concise this shit easy. It's all consciousness. It all comes down to consciousness. If you're not conscious, then there's no experience. If there's no experience, there's no knowledge.
So the consciousness that you're speaking of is what I call the Atari. So we're talking about the same thing. Consciousness is the Ori. So it's the same thing, just a different word, different lingo that I'm using.
And guess what? If we were talking in China, it wouldn't even be. They'd be using chong yon 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 yon, but they'd be talking about the same thing. When you say EME, you said EME, but guess what? On the science form, it's called electromagnetic radiation, and it's called the prana. It's called the breath of life. Like everybody focuses on the body. Guess what? No air, no water, no body. Well, what is the body? The body is 85% water.
Right.
Wait a minute. The moon is water. The earth is more 85% water. The body is 85% water. Water without water, there's no life. There's nothing that lives on this earth. Then you keep going further, you find out the sun is water. Really? Hydrogen? Now we start understanding that there is no life.
Air is hydrogen too. Like when we breathe, we're breathing in water.
It's that's what this means. Watch this. That's what this means. Air, water, fire, earth.
What's that? A star?
It's a star, but people don't really understand that this is metaphysical, but this is actually hard in science. Without water and without air, you don't have life. Air and water are the same things. What is the basic fundamental principle of matter or the human body? Water.
And carbon,
That's right. The fundamental building block of the human body is hydrogen.
Yeah.
So hydrogen and air is what powers everything. Mm-hmm. And when you go back to it, when you leave this body, you go back to air, you go back to hydrogen. That never dies.
Carbon forms it, right? Then isn't the carbon the carbon forms all of that? But the air.
No, carbon is what's formed out of it. So carbon is after get what I'm trying to say is like carbon comes out of the earth. Everything is pushed up from the sun. The sun heats the core of the earth. The core makes the mantle pushes up to the crust, and then out of the crust you get everything we see. Trees, land, and this is a very good part. I got to tell y'all about this. When do your body stop? Because if there's no ground, you don't have a body to stand on. There's no ground to stand on. So you got to extend further because you say, well, I'm a body. Well, how does a body take form if it doesn't have earth to stand on? If you remove the earth, you remove the body. If you remove, so what else does the body need? The body needs air. So what is the air? The air is the trees. So you can't say, well, I'm not a tree. Well, if you get rid of the trees, you don't have a life. So what people focus on is the smallest little teeniest rendition when they don't really understand, well, you get rid of the air and the water, you don't live. So you are the air and water. According to science, if you need something, then that's a part of you. You can't remove it.
Hold on, she just wants to say goodnight. She's like kicking in and she's trying to say goodnight.
Good night, Brooklyn.
I'm sorry.
This is my daughter, Brooklyn.
Good night, Brooklyn.
Hey, what's up, Queen?
She's about to cave in.
Yeah, we about to wrap it up too. We've been on here looking like an hour.
I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you what a sigil looks like. The one that I have for my business. Yes, I created this one. Let me know if you can see it well enough.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. Looks like an X. Looks like an X.
Hold on. It's an X with an extra little oomph. I don't know. Is it too? Can you see it better now?
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it right there. Yeah.
So this sigil was made up of 10 words that I strive for my business, and then if you know how to make a sigil, you know what happens after that. So that's actually the logo. That's actually the logo for my business. Everything I expect from my business, and so far it's been moving on along, and sometimes I have to kind of like recharge it, but that's what a sigil kind of looks like. Kind of looks, I don't know if I would call it a Loa, but yeah, a close.
Baby. Yeah.
Yo, I gotta show you something. Can I show y'all something? I don't know if it's gonna come out, but it was on a topic, and I was actually taking notes about this same topic. on a lecture that I was listening to a few weeks back, and I don't know if you can see the little man in the mirror.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay. And back in the day, it was called a scrying or black mirror. And the scrying mirror was like magic. So it's like the mirror. Remember mirror on the wall?
Who's the handsomest
The
or
fairies,
whatever.
they got that. That was actually from ancient history, because you went to a magician a lot of times and they would give you a scry. People had scrying mirrors and they looked like ankhs. Well, they were ankhs. Ankh was a mirror, right? And what comes out of that mirror is you. What comes out of that womb is you, right?
So do the panel believe that portals can be open? Is there like a such thing as how they say portals?
Oh, most definitely. Yes, most definitely.
What you open up. You gotta be careful what you open up.
Yeah. Do you know what the most powerful portal is? A woman. A woman is a walking portal.
I would agree with that.
The birth.
That's what that ankh is representing, because that portal, what comes through there is Pandora's box. Anything. I mean, what traps you to life is the pursuit of the attachments of what you hold on, or what you hold on to, and it becomes a bondage. So the key to this shit is really detaching from everything that you attach to. To detach. Detach from the system is the highest form of knowledge. Knowledge.
Every mirror in my home.
We've been on for about 2 hours, and listen, you guys, we could go on for hours. You guys, I love it. I love it, but unfortunately, I'm getting tired and I got to get up in the morning. So let's have some final thoughts and last words. So we're gonna start with the last person that came in, Batical. Let's give your final thoughts, and then Jolie, and then Irene, you're gonna be the last one. So Batical, final thoughts, brother.
My final thoughts would be to buy this book and study it. This is not a book that if you're into astrology and you're into things, this is a very important book to get. It's called The Lost Star of Myth and Time by Walter Cronner. A huge book. I study this book like it's a Bible. And this book, very, very good book. It explains time, it explains consciousness. It explains, it's a very hard book to read. It's very small, but these are very good books in spirituality, and make you understand in cycles and stuff like that. And that's about it. I love talking about this. It brings stuff to the algorithm, and I hope that we can do this again.
Definitely will. Jolie?
Well, I would like to leave y'all with not just only y'all, but the viewers to look into your African spirituality, know who you are, know the powers, learn about your ancestors, which is very important, and your ancestors is going to get you to the next level in life, and just to know something, and don't be afraid of spirituality as well, because it been like hidden from us for so long. Not just hidden, it been like taken from us. Like we couldn't practice this during slavery, but a lot of our ancestors had to keep it as a closed practice. So that's how, like with hoodoo, ended up in the church, because we had to do everything on the low. So sometimes some of the things that we do, it is African spirituality, but we just don't know it. We just don't know it because our grandmothers and our great grandmothers that passed things on to us is they didn't tell us about it, but they just taught us. So just to my thoughts is just to remember who you are, and don't be afraid of this, because this is what kept us out of bondage. And sometimes on TV they try to demonize what we do spiritually, because this is what really kept us out of bondage, not really Christianity, that kept us in bondage. And so that's my last thoughts. It's just to learn about who you really are, and don't be afraid, and don't let the media demonize what we did. Even like with Haitian voodoo, why do the media demonize it? They demonize it because that's what got us out of slavery. So my point is that remember who y'all are, remember your ancestors, and just live life, and you'll see the difference. And you see the difference in your guidance. You see a difference, and don't be afraid to know who you are. You wasn't afraid to be a Christian. You wasn't afraid to be a Baptist, but just remember who you are. Learn who you are. Even take an ancestor DNA. Learn what you can tap into. Learn about your spiritual.
Yeah.
Learn about your spiritual core. Learn what spirits work with you, because the magic is here. The spirituality is here. They're just waiting for you to tap into it, to learn.
All right. Or your ring.
Again, to piggyback off Iman, I mean, you know, try to learn who you are. No matter what your lineage is, you are still royalty. Always remember that. Always remember that you're royal. The white lady standing in front of you, in front of and y'all at the supermarket, you're royal. You're royalty. When I walk, I don't move out the way of people. I don't. They move out of my way. They do. You will clear the path for me. And I take no shorts and I take nothing less. And demonizing spirituality, no matter what, is just what people do. White, black, so forth and so on. What they really need to understand is, like I said, that book of Psalms, it spells. People cast spells every day and don't even know it. When you are singing happy birthday and you go make a wish, blow out the candle, that's a spell, baby.
Yeah.
That's a spell. You know what I mean? So let's call a spade a spade. Know who you are. Embrace your beautiful brown skin. Embrace who you are. Pick up a book that'll call to you, and read it and get some knowledge under your belt. Women are not scary. We're not here to put blood in your spaghetti and all that other craziness. Women that do that, I mean, I don't know why or what their thinking is behind that, but I don't agree with that. I think that that's horrible. My main thing is for my brothers and my sisters, not just blood, but in general, is that if you act and move as a low vibrational person, you cannot get mad that you are hanging around with low vibrational people.
How they say,
you know what I'm saying? You can't get mad because
you hang with five broke motherfuckers, you're bound to be the sixth.
Yeah, like Josephine and them at work had a conversation about you behind your back. Well, you are low vibrational. And this goes back to remembering who the hell you are. Remember, just try. And if you can't, and if you can't do the ancestry and you can't do this, the fact that you're brown right there says that you're royalty. Consider that as a crown, and just walk in your power, walk in your higher self, walk in your faith, and believe in your heart of hearts, like who you are and what you are. And if you get that full moon demon time, use it. It works also for men. Okay, it's not just a woman's thing. Okay, yeah, y'all want that car with the rims? Use it. Girlfriend, you want to keep him a thing, you want one side little look at, use it. Okay, we ain't gotta go blood, but we can go other ways. But just have fun, laugh a lot, smile a lot, spread as much good E-Ray and Ashe as you possibly can. Continue to keep people blessed and highly favored, and your ancestors will be blessed and highly favored.
Ashe. So. Well, I would like to thank all three of y'all for coming up here.
Oh, you're welcome.
You guys were the best. I love this. You know, I learned a lot. You know, and I still got like a lot of other stuff. So we probably more or less gonna do a part 3 because Boomba, he couldn't make it, and I know he has 1,001 questions, a ton of questions. I know Batical, he could go on. Or Irene, I know Jolie, I know we could go on. So this is part 2.
Yeah, you can definitely do this again.
This seems like an infinite conversation. This seems like going to be an infinite conversation. So, and it seems like just that first one that I did with Jolie, a lot of people came up to me and started talking about it. So, yeah, we can continue this topic. But I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming up here. This was lovely, and I love this. And this is what I'm doing now, you know. So this is the Marbcast, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all for coming up. And I'm signing because I'm tired. I got to get up in the morning and do some things. Plus, I got to go to work.
Yo, hit me
so
up.
You know what I'm saying?
You are
definitely hit you up, Better. I got you, Better. I'm going to hit you up tomorrow. All right, done. Peace.
All right, brother. All right.
Later, Jolie. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Later. Later, stuff. This is the Marbcast signing off. I want to thank everyone for watching, listening. And I hope you learned something like I did. Signing off. Peace.